Kevin Costner, born on January 18, 1955, in Lynwood, California, came from a family that faced financial struggles. His father, Bill, worked long hours as a ditch digger, while his mother, Sharon, worked as a social worker. Despite their hard work, the family often dealt with the challenges of tight budgets and constant moving, which instilled a sense of perseverance in Kevin. Tragically, 2 years before his birth, the Costners lost their infant son, Mark, and the grief from this loss cast a shadow over Kevin's early years. The constant changes, including moving from one home to another, meant that Kevin often had to adapt quickly, learning to find comfort in silence and solitude. This background of hardship and loss shaped Kevin into someone who was determined to create a different life for himself. The struggles of youth growing up, Kevin wasn't a popular child. He was often overlooked, shy, and rarely chosen for anything. His teachers didn't call on him, and he was often the quiet one in the background. He spent much of his youth alone in his room, creating stories and dreaming of a different life. Church choir was the only place where he felt heard. Although he was often invisible in other parts of his life, he learned valuable lessons during these years. Kevin understood early on that life doesn't wait for you. It pushes you forward, often when you're not ready. The instability and loneliness of his youth led him to believe that he could endure anything if he could survive the challenges of his childhood. This silent strength would later become the foundation of his career in Hollywood. The breakthrough, Silverado. In 1985, Kevin Costner's persistence finally paid off when he landed a role in Silverado, a Western directed by Lawrence Kasdan. This was the breakthrough Kevin had been fighting for, and when he stepped in front of the camera, he acted like a man who had been fighting for this chance his entire life. His performance captured the audience's attention, and Hollywood began to take notice. The door that had been locked for so long finally began to open. Kevin knew that success wasn't about luck. It was about surviving the hardships, working harder, and never giving up. Silverado marked the beginning of his rise to stardom, but Kevin remained aware that one role didn't guarantee lasting success. He worked harder than ever, determined not to be forgotten. The Untouchables and the rise to fame. Kevin Costner's fame skyrocketed with his role in The Untouchables, 1987. His portrayal of Elliot Ness, a man of quiet strength and courage, resonated with audiences. The film earned over $100 million, and Kevin began to feel that he was no longer just fighting to be seen. He was now fighting to live up to the expectations of his newfound fame. This film marked the beginning of his transformation from struggling actor to respected Hollywood star. In 1988, Bull Durham, and in 1989, Field of Dreams solidified his status. In Field of Dreams, Kevin delivered one of the most iconic lines in film history: "If you build it, he will come," inspiring millions of viewers. These films turned him into a symbol of hope and perseverance, and audiences admired him not just for his acting, but for his portrayal of relatable, hopeful characters. The risk of dances with wolves. Kevin's success in acting wasn't enough for him. He wanted to create something bigger. In 1990, he took a huge risk by directing and starring in Dances with Wolves, a long Western film that included parts spoken in the Lakota language. Studios thought it was foolish, warning that audiences wouldn't connect with such a lengthy and culturally specific film. Kevin refused to back down, believing that the story deserved to be told. The production was challenging, with exploding budgets, destroyed sets, and many obstacles. But Kevin kept going, despite the fear of failure. When the film was released, it was met with critical acclaim. Dances with Wolves won 7 Oscars, including Best Picture and Best Director, and grossed over $424 million, cementing Kevin's place as one of Hollywood's most influential figures. A quiet comeback with Open Range. After the public failure of Waterworld and The Postman, Kevin Costner faced a quiet period of reflection. His career had hit a low, but Kevin refused to give up. In 2003, he made Open Range, a Western film that was a return to simplicity. Without big effects or flashy scenes, the film focused on heart and honesty, reminding audiences of the Kevin they once admired. Open Range was met with critical respect, and it was a sign that Kevin was slowly regaining his place in Hollywood. While it wasn't a huge box office success, it helped him reconnect with audiences and showed that he could still deliver powerful performances. This small victory marked a turning point, but it did not erase the doubts he had carried for years. Kevin's rise again with Yellowstone. By 2018, Kevin Costner was experiencing a second rise in his career, this time through the hit television series Yellowstone. As John Dutton, the patriarch of a ranching family, Kevin portrayed a character who fought for his land and family with grit and determination. The show quickly became the most-watched drama on cable television, and Kevin's portrayal resonated deeply with viewers. It was a role that felt personal, echoing his own struggles with family and career. Yellowstone not only gave Kevin a second chance at stardom, but also proved that a man who had fallen could rise again. At 63, Kevin found himself experiencing a career resurgence, cementing his place in Hollywood history. A new dream. Horizon. Amidst the success of Yellowstone, Kevin Costner dared to pursue an old dream. He invested over $38 million of his own money into Horizon, a film he directed and produced. The project was a risk, but it was a personal one. For Kevin, the success of Horizon wasn't about box office numbers, it was about creating something on his own terms. The film received mixed reviews, but Kevin stood proud of his work. He had fought for this project, and that courage to continue, even after years of public failure, marked a new chapter in his life. Kevin Costner's story isn't just about fame and success, it's about the strength to keep going, even when the world tries to bury you. The personal cost of fame, love, and loss. While Kevin Costner was battling for his place in Hollywood, his personal life was quietly crumbling. Despite the fame and success, Kevin found that success often came at a personal cost. His marriage to Cindy Silva, his college sweetheart, was strained by the pressures of his growing fame. Cindy supported Kevin's dreams, but the distance between them grew as his career took him further from home. After 16 years of marriage, they filed for divorce in 1994, and the separation was one of the most expensive in Hollywood at the time. The loss wasn't financial for Kevin, it was emotional. He had built an empire on screen, but he couldn't protect the family that had supported him before anyone else. Even after the divorce, Kevin and Cindy maintained a respectful co-parenting relationship, showing that love can end, but kindness does not have to.